What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of, Hyper Vibe. What's up, man? What's up, D? How you been, brother?
It's good, brother. All is well. All is well. It's chilling.
Nice, nice, man. I missed you at MegaCon. I know you missed me at Baltimore, but we'll talk about that after. We got some more important news to talk about. So check this out. I'm not sure if you saw this, but CBCS might be closing their doors, bro. Did you see that
There's no
article?
might. They are.
Nice. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, there's no might. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like April Fool's early, right?
I,
Um,
I find this strange, don't you?
nope. I
All right,
don't, I don't
explain
find
why.
I don't find it strange and stuff like that. I guess when who bought them? Bex or something like that bought them out.
Beckett.
Beckett. Beckett
Now, when
bought
I
them.
now when I was a kid, Beckett was like a magazine, and you can actually look at prices of cards for basketball, baseball, whatever, and
Yeah.
that was the magazine. But now I guess they own CBCS.
You know, bunch of little different collectible type of memorabilia shitages or whatever. But I guess the think tank of the powers that be sat in the room and went over the numbers and stuff like that and figured out that this is way more trouble than it's worth to grade comic books and like decided to canix that.
I think it's funny because before Beckett bought them out, they were located right here in St. Pete. So those of you that know, Darnell's in Virginia. I'm in Tampa, Florida. St. Pete is a hop, skip, and a jump, or spit away from Clearwater or Tampa. So you know, you could drive there just like CGC is located in Sarasota. Now, that's a little bit further hike for me. It's about an hour and a half drive south. But St. Pete was, what, 35, 40 minutes away? So I remember I went there, wanted to drop books off, and there was a big sign on the door, closing, moving to Texas, bought out by Beckett. Now, this is about 2018, somewhere around there, maybe 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't think back that far back. But that's when they made the move. And during that move, some shenanigans took place, just like this shirt, my shirt, shenanigans. So this show's all about shenanigans, right?
Mhm.
So they took place because when people during that movement they had people's books. There was another story that came out that they lost some dude's books.
Yeah,
I don't know if those.
they lost hundreds, like dude, like I don't know, boxes of books. I can't remember the exact number, but they ended up losing the guy. I'm not sure if it was ever resolved and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was never on Fox News or CNN or what happened to said books in question, but then an email or I didn't see a Reddit basically saying, yeah, those books that were vanished, you know what I'm saying, pop back up or whatever.
Yeah, neither have I. So I have no idea if that dude ever found his books or whatever. But that was the big story back then. And now they've been pretty smooth in their news outlets or news forecasting of issues happening with that particular company. I know CGC's had their issues over the years with certain things happening with them, but they've been pretty fairly quiet until now. Big news, boom, 86 on CBCS. So I guess people are wondering, how does that affect you? How does it affect your books?
I mean, I want to say that a couple of years ago, can't remember how many, but they actually came out, with their brand new cases and all kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it
You
seemed
look
like
kind of
they were,
fire.
yeah, they seemed like they were on another trajectory.
Upward
You know,
trend,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, to make the quality experience for the collector as far as encapsulation a little bit better and more competitive with the other companies out there. So you sit back and says, okay, how can PGX still be around, but CPS, CBCS, circles the drain, right? So it's kind of crazy, but I think that the real bullshittery is really about to start, especially with CGC, right? Because when you have less competition, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be as innovative as you normally would be because you're trying to keep up and try to stay ahead of your competition.
Price
Price,
increase.
of course, you know what I'm saying? Hey, pre World War III and stuff like that. Yeah, I got to add another dollar to every slab, from now on because of whatever. We ain't getting enough oil, to make our little slabs or whatever. I don't know. But I can actually say that um, I want to say that more than likely CGC will be less sympathetic to issues and problems and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll look into it. Oh, you're waiting for your books? Don't worry, you'll get them. You know,
Keep on waiting.
right. So So then, when you have nobody else, when you have no competition, because basically, when you have competition, it makes you have to respond to certain things, because if you don't respond to it, your competition surely will, right?
100%.
So, hey, they doing you wrong. Well, this is how we'll do you right, that type of thing. But if you look to your left and look to your right, and there's nobody standing there and stuff, you can act any kind of way you want to act.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear as well. Like what Daniel just stated, where's the accountability factor coming in? Now that you're one of your bigger rivals, or possibly biggest rival, I don't really put PGX on that same playing field. They're around. Matter of fact, let me Google them, see if they're even around. But I think they're
They're
still around.
around. I
But
mean, there's a couple of little grading companies out there, but none, that had like name recognition like CBCS compared to CGC. I know
yeah,
PSA, they're trying to do their thing and stuff like that, but I don't think that, their encapsulation and stuff like that has really caught on,
right.
has taken a grip. I mean, I'm not inside of the comic book circles like I used to be, with constantly talking to people and at people's booths and stuff like that, getting the 411 of the latest gossip and rumor. But it just appears that, the PSA product, you know is mute at best, right? I think, from a novelty standpoint, people are sending some of their, lesser books to PSA just to see, exactly what's going on and stuff like that, so they can actually touch the product or whatever. But um, uh, it's going to be unique, right? It's going to be interesting, here going into to the future, if you decide to continue to grade your books.
So, not to cut you off, man. I'm looking at the PGX website, bro. Um, it looks really kind of unprofessional. It's changed. I first clicked on the submit to find the site, couldn't find it, and then this came up, and now, listen, the prices are more than fairly reasonable. It's $14 to grade a modern book, 20 for standard comic, and 20 for Golden Age, pre 1958. Express grading is only $6 per book, 12 business days, so that's kind of cool. I don't believe any of that. Modern pressing is pretty cheap, $14. But here's the problem: I'm submitting these books to a PO box. I don't like that. That means somebody's going there picking up that book. You would think you'd have a physical company address. And then the email is pgxcontact@gmail.com.
You sure
So
that's on a spoof site?
let me check. I'll go back again. So PGX Comments and Grading Services. I click on that. That's what comes up. I'll try another link. Let me see here. Reddit. Is PGX still in business? Grading guide for PGX. Yeah, same site. Doesn't look
I
very.
mean, I never thought twice about sending my books to PGA. You know what I'm saying?
Neither have I.
Even when I first started my journey into grading books and stuff like that, just based on the community, because you kind of follow what the community does. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So if the trade and buy value seems to be either in CGC or prior, CBCS books, and all the other lesser grading companies don't even are not even talked about in those circles, then you don't even go in that direction and stuff, right? So I mean, if you just want your book encapsulated with a number at the top of it, I guess that's okay. But if you're looking as far as monetary trade value and things of that nature, um,
That's what it looks like.
and then I
It's
guess
it's
that's where
weird.
you want to go. What's going? I can't even. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Let me see here. How about now?
Nope.
Let me do this.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So it looks like when I share the screen, it doesn't work. But yeah, it's legit. It's them. And to me, like, I'm not bad mouthing them. I don't know anything about their product. I've never used them. Very much like Darnell said, he's never really thought about sending books to them. I don't have one PGX book. Let me stop. I had one, and I had it reholdered was J. Scott Campbell, Miss Marvel book. Had a reholder when CGC was doing reholders for free. Was it for free? They did something back in the day with the rehold, like $12 for $10 for a reholder. Anyway, this them and they rehold it, came back at 9.8, and that's the only PGX book that I had, and I bought it off of eBay. But I love the cover.
I think I bought one PGX book eons ago. I mean, it had to be like when I first met you that long ago.
Yeah.
And I cracked it, cleaned it, pressed it, and I sent it to CGC. And it's been so long ago. I remember doing it. I can't even remember what book that was. You know what I'm saying? That's
I think you're the one that when you did that, you said, you're like, E, they're doing reholders for like $10 or something because reholders used to be a lot more money. They're like, the deal was if you had a CBCS, a PGX book, send it to CGC, they'll reholder for you under their label. And I think it wasn't even like if the grade was whatever it was at they were just going to honor it and put it in their case. I'm like, yo, for 10 or 12 months.
No, they didn't do that.
Maybe I got my story confused, but
no, they regraded that shit. They're not going to just do that. They regraded it because a lot of people were buying like, I mean, there was like, I think PGX got I don't know how we go from CBCS to PGX. But anyway,
we're talking about them all.
Right. So PGX got a bad rap of switching books and not switching books, but, juicing the grades for books and stuff like that and reselling them and all kinds of stuff like that. They went through some kind of thing that dampened, their credibility early on. Allegedly, right? But it stuck. And, right. It seems like whatever that rumor was or whatever transpired, they were never able to clean that back up and be a viable player still in the game. Right. So when it came to CGC, with the same issues and stuff like that, they got a better public relations machine and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, to kind of mitigate certain things, but yeah.
Well, between them and a CBC has gone out, we got CGC. It is what it is. I'm curious to see how things are going to transpire in the next few months as things unfold. According to CBCS, if you still have books that they're going to finish grading them out, so you don't have to worry there. You're still going to get your books back. And I think you have a deadline. I believe you know what the article said. There was a deadline to where you can still submit books, and they'll
until mid-April.
Gotcha. So you got books with them, guys. Listen, more power to you. God bless you. I stopped using them a while back. Not that I've had any issues with them. They've always done the best they can for me. They actually reached out to me and said if I need books graded or if I have a business that I want to kind of have a business account, which I do, to set that up, and they've been very accommodating. I just to me, I thought their grading prices were always a little bit more expensive than CGC, which I'm not made of money. Things gotta make sense to me for me to use a business. So,
one of the things that, that people kind of, how they thought about CBCS is that they graded a little bit tougher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That was the rumor, right? That they graded like a little bit tougher and stuff like that. So, they would say, hey, if you got a CBCS 9.6, it could probably be a CGC 9.8, right? Or they would like put a little check in there, your 9.6 with a check, like, well, it's better than 9.6 or something like that, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. If it's better than 9.6, make it a 9.8, god dang it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
It was flaws. I had a book like this. I had a J. Scott Campbell Gen 13 #1 book. Graded by them was a 9.2, signed by J. Scott Campbell. And what I liked about CBCS at that time, they could verify the signature if you didn't have a witness.
Right.
Now CGC offers JSA, which does that. But back in the day, this wasn't available. So to me, I've had a lot of signed books in my lifetime of collecting comics, especially when I was younger, before I even met Darnell, where my dad took me to cons. Before New York Comic Con became New York Comic Con, was the Great Northeastern Con. That's what they called it. I still have certificates from that era where Terry Austin signed my Batman books, Joe Quesada. I can go on and on, just old school guys from back in the day. And CBCS would grade those books, but they, like Darnell said, they put like a little plus or minus sign or something on that grade, and then they tell you on the notes what's wrong with it. Well, once I did that, I actually cracked that slab, had it repressed, cleaned, and that same book came back at 9.8. All because there was fingerprints and it wasn't pressed. Came back at 9.2. So cleaned it up, did it like through the, Darnell's got some pressing techniques and people he uses, sent it to that guy, came back at 9.8 through CBCS. So there you go. But yeah, I'll miss them. They were at their time, they were great. Like I said, if you couldn't grade a book that you had signed, they were great for that, and that will be missed. But we'll see what happens in the future, man. So we salute you. Well, we appreciate. Is there a 21 gun salute soundtrack here?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know if if it will be like a CBCS books be like collector's items or something like that, right? If you got a CBCS graded book and stuff like that, will it kind of hold some sort of
value,
some sort of sentimental value or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. I haven't think about
as a matter of fact, I guess for the hyper haul and stuff like that, at least my side, I'll just like kind of show some CBCS books I still kind of like have in my collection and stuff like that as a nod to the work that they did do when they were doing work or whatever.
Nice. I think I had like 2 or 3. I'll show you. Go get yours. I'll go get mine. We'll be right back. Actually, I'll probably edit this. I found one that's available. I was right on, and the rest are packed away. But yeah, so here's my little one here. And this is the newer label, the newer style. But it's a Venom #1.
Oh, okay.
9 point, signed by Sam De La Rosa.
De La Rosa.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I got from man. I love the label. It's just different. It's vibrant. Got a little silver engraving. It's pretty cool. But got a couple more. I got some 9.8s from them, but I got a Stan Lee one. It's not up on the wall, is it? No, it's not there. I got a Stan Lee one that is unverified. They couldn't verify it, although the certificate was with it that he signed it, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
But go figure. But go ahead.
Let me see what I got here. What's that little stack of books right there next to it? What is that?
This is for the Hyper Haul. I don't really have anything much. I don't have anything new. But this is from the con. I think this one's yours.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, it's from MegaCon. But we'll go over that in the Hyper Haul.
Oh, okay. Well, no.
We can start the haul now. No, what the hell?
Go ahead. Do your MegaCon and stuff. I can go over the stuff. I got 2 new books. Then all the other books I'll show as my salute to CBCS.
You got. Oh, well, it's time for that music, people. Time for that music, that Hyper Haul music. So yeah, so from MegaCon, went to MegaCon last week. And let's just say that was a cluster. That was me and my girl went, and God bless her. She toughed it out. They had you parked here, and rather than having the convention right in convention A, you had to walk 20 million miles away to convention side B, which makes no sense, but whatever.
You didn't take any pictures? You didn't take any pictures?
I'll throw some pictures up. Yeah, I got some pictures I'll throw in the video. But very much agree. I bought a little cart, not as elaborate as yours. My little cart struggled because it had little wheels. I'm surprised it made it. But had a little BCW black hard plastic case of all the books that were getting graded. Plus, we had my girl had her backpack loaded up. It was a shit show. Very disorganized. I wish MegaCon would create some sort of fan input as to how to organize that con, because it could be great. There's no internet in there in the con. You want internet, it's $80 to buy internet. Who's buying internet? You can't get self-service in there. Like it's like I don't know if they damper the service. I don't know what goes on, but you can never get internet. So you can't pull up anything to look at the map to go to see where you gotta go. We did meet Cara Bono from Stranger Things. I had bought tickets to get her signature, so she signed my Stranger Things books, and Michelle got a book signed by her as well. Cool, super cool girl. Did meet Joe Quesada, got him to sign one of my Batman books, met him there. But yeah, to find these people it was crazy. Like we spent most of the time trying to figure stuff out. And the food, horrible. Just I think I spent Darnell $30 on 2 hot dogs, just a hot dog and a drink, $30. I mean, whatever. At least when I come visit you, we can go get that nice crab, that crab place.
Yeah, in Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah, that at least is worth the $30. No, anyway. So yeah, what I got for you, Jamie Tyndall did this book. This is Pop Kills.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Right. So I got you a little a metal certificate of authentication right there on the back. I know you like magic.
Yeah.
So got you that. And yeah, so that's for you. Got to know that. Got some. I met Katya there. She does some Vampirilla. So got some Katya. Got her signature right there. Some more Jamie Tyndall stuff. So I'm just gonna flip some Wonder Woman.
That's a nice one.
Or if you want that one, you can swap it out. Give you that.
Nope.
Or if you like this one, another Wonder Woman.
Nope.
Pop Kills. Pop Kills. We got some little Psylocke right there by Jamie.
Damn, dude.
Jamie's the coolest dude, bro. Like he is till this day. We love him. I met him at Baltimore with you many moons ago. I think it was 2017, 2018 at Baltimore. Same guy, so humble, just a cool dude, and he's the same. Like God, Jamie Tyndall. If you watch this, God bless you, bro. Don't ever change. I got this. This is like the Crow.
Okay.
But it's like it's embossed. It's hard to see, but it's got like this embossed kind of.
Oh man, more gimmicks. Oh, here we go.
And then I went on some Moon Knight kicks. I got some more Moon Knight books here. I think this one's In Hook Lee.
Yeah, but In Hook Lee.
I got some.
Dude, Kunka and In Hook.
Now, and they were there, but we couldn't find them. So I'm mad. So I
want to tell me that Kunka was there.
Kunka was there. Derek Chu, Art, dude. It was a bro.
In Hook Lee was there.
In Hook Lee was there, bro.
All over Korea,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I couldn't find them, bro. Like, it was horrible. Like, I had a basket of books to get signed. Nothing. Little Delato action.
Oh, that's nice. Was Delato there?
Delato, no, but he was there last year, though.
Oh, okay.
So he came across last year. Little John Tyler Christopher.
Oh, okay.
Negative Space. So I went on like a little kick from Moon Knight. Kind of fascinated with the character. I know you sent me some books on him, but and there's a lot more. I'd just rather not go through them. It's just a lot of blurb, a lot of fluff that you guys probably wouldn't be interested in. But for the most part, super cool books that were there. A lot of artists, and honestly, we could not get to them all. And we were there till about 7:00. Got there about noon, and just by the time we walked over there, so bust this people real quick for let Darnell do his hyper haul. You get there. You buy your tickets online. It's got a QR code. You think you just go up to the gate, scan the freaking paper with the QR code, and they give you a badge. You go in. No. Why make it as simple as that? Why make it so easy for someone to get to a con? No. You have to troll up your ass literally about 2 miles to another entrance, stand in that fucking line. That leads you into another fucking line to then go up to Boots, which is another line, to scan the paper to get the badge. And then here's the deal. It doesn't stop there. No, folks. Why make it that fucking easy? You have to go to another fucking area, take your phone, scan a freaking QR code on a sign to activate the fucking badge where there's no goddamn internet. Where you're standing like an idiot going, oh, but if you want to buy internet, it's $8. Whoever made this should be, I can't even say this on, no, if I say it on YouTube, they'll ban us. They need to be waterboarded. Something.
Damn, waterboard. That's torture, bro. They might. I mean, we're not monetized yet, so I mean, I guess you can, talk about torturing people.
I mean, I've never seen such silliness. Okay, not waterboarded, but like they need just a slapper or two, something. I don't know. I don't know what we can say. We can't say the other words because they'll ban us. But I'm just saying.
I say you just stick ice on them. Saying, hey man, I think the person that I think he's here illegally or something like that, man. Like they beat him up, rough him up, like, oh, mistaken identity. Oh, you do have a birth certificate. Our bad, mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that one. That one sounds good to me. But these guys they wanted to put you through some through some hurt. So whoever made this up has got some problems. But anyway, that's my whole. That's all I gotta say. D, take it away. Show your CBCS memorabilia.
No. I think I got. I'm not sure if I showed this book last time or whatever and stuff like that. I got another one of these. For some odd reason, I'm trying to corner the market and get them all. I think there's only like 4 or 5. I think there are like only 4 or 5 of these as a 9/8 and stuff, and I got 2 of them. Right. So here's this one.
This guy, the living vampire. I think you sent me one of those in a 7.5 or 8.5. I think I have it. I still have it.
Yeah,
that's a nice book.
That's when Morbius was about something before Sony screwed it all up and stuff like that. They could have had a really, really cool character if they really knew. They had some writers that could have really done something with him, right?
Right.
And then I had this one that I am going to clean and press.
That's a beautiful book, right?
It's an old label or whatever. I think there may be some CPR for this, and may clean it, press it, and see if I get a grade bump on that.
Nice. That's a nice book.
All right. On to CBCS and the stuff I did have that I wanted to get reholdered in their newer cases, but I probably could still do it, right? I could probably still send the shit in and get it done before the middle of whatever.
Right.
But my real plan was really to send it off to the CGC, get regraded or whatever.
Their JSA is pretty good. The label's nice too.
This one.
Oh, nice. Mockingbird. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
9/8 on that.
Nice. Good looking book.
And then this one here.
That's a homage from the what's that Star Wars cover with Darth Vader and Leia?
No, this is the original. This is where it came from.
Oh, that's where it came from? That's what I meant. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
This is the original book.
Nice. Yeah. I know I've seen that pose before. That's why I couldn't remember. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's the original book. That's where it came from, right?
Okay, cool.
And then
I have that book. That's a beautiful book. Oh, you got the new state, obviously. Who am I? Who am I to compete?
Yeah, I got like 2 of those. I got a CGC 9/8, and I got this one. And the only reason I never did send it in because I got a CGC 9/8.
Nice.
And then you know what I also liked about CBCS is that their bags that they sent you.
Yes.
They had like they had like the little sticky. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lighter plastic.
No, it's a thicker plastic.
Okay.
It was heavier, but it wasn't just a bag. You know what I'm saying? It actually had like
a little, fold it over.
Yeah, they had a little grippy, whatever, a little sticky.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, I love that cover right there. X-Men 132. That's sweet. 9.8.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite books.
Hell, bro, that's a 9.9 at CGC, bro.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. It's one of my the whole Phoenix saga run between 129 and 138 or something like that.
Okay.
Or like my all-time favorite, really, X-Men story and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my question is, going off on tangent a little bit, is like, Hollywood is always trying to, redo some shit, rewrite some shit. I mean, you didn't have to rewrite anything. Motherfucker, the source material is right there of a great story. Just turn that story and put it on the screen. These whole elaborate rechanging of variation of things and stuff like that was unwarranted. It just was unneeded. And I thought the Hellfire Club as an antagonist to the X-Men and stuff like that is a real story in its own, right? Because it's like
Ashton Shaw.
Yeah, I mean, but what they say, it takes a network to defeat a network, that type of thing. So you have the network of the X-Men and you have the network of the Hellfire Club kind of going at it and stuff like that. Man, that is like, an in-game type of saga in itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you brought this subject up. I had this same, I can't say argument, discussion with some people at work, that why is Marvel taking the great storyline, some of the great work from Chris Claremont, just great stories and others, and putting their stank on it. You don't have to. The story's in the book. It's just, and guys, notice in the book, they don't kill off everybody. Why do you think that is? So we don't have to do this Bubba Mind says BS fucking timeline, Earth 616, Earth 7. That Thanos, whatever the fuck his name is, he can escape. Green Goblin can escape. Carnage, you don't have to kill people off because now you're left with, well, we killed them all, so what do we do? Don't kill them off.
Especially if people really like the character, right? Oh man, we killed them off, and dude, the people really liked them. Now we got to do an origin story, or like, somebody got trapped in a time machine, we could bring them back or whatever. This is like bullshit. Anywho, they got this, right?
Oh, nice. Newsstands. I have that in the 9.8, but not newsstand. That's beautiful.
I got like 3 of these, and they all tank. You know what I'm saying? They all no more money in this. You know what I'm saying?
That's 10.0 in CGC.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I may just pack all these up. I wonder. You know what?
Holder?
Yeah, man. I may just like when in October or September, whenever Baltimore.
October, is. $10.
Yeah, I mean, I may just take all of these and like, yo, bro, regrade them, reholder them, and they may. I might even get lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like bump it. It's in the CGC. No, the CBCS case still sealed or whatever and stuff. Man, just switch it over. Right? Give them a break.
Nice.
And that would be kind of cool if they did that. But we'll miss you, CBCS.
Yes.
Sorry I didn't use your services. Maybe if I would have graded like 30, 40 books and stuff like that, might have been a different outcome than them kind of like, getting rid of that particular wing of services and stuff like that. But more than likely, they probably says, hey man, it's probably, more money, cost of profit ratio and grading fucking sports cards or Magic the Gathering cards. I don't know, but they probably saw like grading comic books, man, was not the way, it was not the way to go.
I think it's a tough business, man. If you don't have the clientele to keep that operation, I know we think it's just plastic and some presses and some people and graders. There's a lot that goes on, I'm sure, behind the scenes that we will never see or know because they're not going to tell us how it's really all done. They'll explain some things, but you need people grading consistently. And as you stated, how much is there left to grade?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The point I was about to make is that, why grade ultra modern books?
Right.
Why grade them? You know what I'm saying? One, there's enough products out there in the market that will protect your books to keep from getting all damaged, dinged up or whatever and stuff like that. How much older stuff is left in the wild that's worth grading, right? How many, X-Men 101s between a 9.2 and a 9.8 are still sitting in somebody's shelf somewhere. I mean, how many of those are still out there? And it all boils down to is like, okay, what is worth grading and what's not worth grading? You know what I'm saying? That, I have a whole storage unit full of books that I just haven't graded for the simple fact that it's just not worth it, right? It's like you're gonna put a $5 book in a $30 slab and stuff like that. And it's still a $5 book, right? You don't get to add the cost of the encapsulation onto the price of the book. Well, the book's worth $25, as far as what the market is saying, but the slab, the plastic that is in and the grade stuff, that's $40, right? So $50, right? That type of thing. Like, no, that's not how this works. So I think CGC is probably in a tough place too to come up with other gimmicks and other little mechanisms inside of their grading sphere to offer clientele. They do like the little limited edition, little graphics on the labels and stuff like that. They still need to be innovative to motivate people to send whatever they have to get encapsulated, right? They still have to, create a dynamic for that. Well, they probably, CGC will probably have a Russian business, right? Because a lot of people who have CBCS books will probably send them off to CGC to get, encapsulated into something that has trade value or something like that, right? And I don't know, will people start to diminish, their CBS, the people as far as buying books, right? You go to the con, hey, I got a bunch of books to sell, and they're all CBCS books. I'm like, oh no, we're not buying any CBCS books. Go encapsulate them in CGC and come back and talk to me. I don't know if that's how the market's going to act. I just don't know.
I guess that's an excellent point. I don't know how that would react either. Hopefully, there shouldn't be any bias because at the end of the day, if the book hasn't been tampered with, and the grade is the grade, it's the grade, regardless of the company, except maybe PGX, right? But I'm not thinking it's not a dig. It's just I'm just being factual, to my knowledge. And my biggest worry is what is the bottleneck? What is the traffic? What is the intake going to look like for CGC? How does that affect me and you who we like to get? Well, I like to grade in October for certain reasons, and you like to grade whenever you have something that's important to grade. If there's a surge of people that are coming over from another company, okay, for example, if CGS has 1 million subscribers that grade, say even half of them come over, or 3/4, what's that look like for their intake?
I pretty much guarantee in Baltimore, bro, their cat's gonna be there with boxes of CBCS books to grade to get real.
I agree, 100%.
Pretty much guaranteed, especially if you have high end books, some high end
yeah.
I don't know if there is I don't know if CBCS has AF-15s and Fantastic Four #1s. They probably do. Somebody probably did it, right? But the bottom line, people are going to fear that maybe whatever depreciation that CBCS had, because basically it says, well, CBCS books sell about 10 to 15% less than their CGC counterparts, right?
Right.
I may not have the percentage right, but they just sell for less, right?
Right.
So is it going to be even less? You know what I'm saying? That they're not a functioning company anymore? I just don't know. Or people is like, hey, it is what it is. It's still the grades and those capsules and it's still respected. We're fine. But I pretty much guarantee that a lot of people get cold feet and like, yo, man, let me start shifting over some of my higher priority books over to CGC. That's pretty much guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I got a whole stack of books that I meant to send back to, CBCS to get the newer encapsulation. Is going to just try to keep it status.
Those cases are nice. You just send yours away and get them
right. But now it's like, why do that, right? Bump it. I'm just gonna take them and like, hey man, can you rehold all of these in CGC cases and stuff, and hopefully, hope and pray that it'll come back, as 9/8 at the least. If you want to grade it up, help yourself. If you want to grade it down, give it back to me. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. That when I go there and I'm gonna bring these books, I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, if these cannot be graded as a 9/8, what do they call that?
It's that check. It's a box you check on the submission. That if it's not 9/8, then don't grade it.
Right. So, but the thing is,
they're gonna crack it open.
They're gonna crack it open so they can look at it, and they're gonna still charge you with $5. I wonder if they'll do that. I wonder if they'll do that in Baltimore, right? Hey man, I got the stack of books. I want a rehold of them.
I think Baltimore, I know where you're going with this. You got to do it at Baltimore because they can probably look at it through the case and see if there's an imperfection. So at that point, if it's not, leave it alone. Compared to shipping it down there, they're going to crack it open, bro. They're going to crack it open.
Yep. So, I mean, so I'm going to ask, I'm gonna ask my man, the little grading guy, that I had pictures with the last time I was there. Like, hey, bro, I gotta talk to you, man. I'm gonna pull over to the side. Hey, look, I got these books, bro. I don't want to break these damn things out of the cases, let y'all fumble with them, man, unless I'm pretty sure they're gonna be 9/8. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, I mean, how do we work this out, man? Can you get your magnifying glass and look at it? I mean, there has to be some mutual trust. You know what I'm saying, between two companies grading um,
The same.
expertise, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It has to be like kind of like what do they call like mutual trust or business trust or whatever. You know, for the most part, yes, their graders are good. You know, if they say it's a 9.8, you know, probably under particular circumstances in our grading criteria, it may not be a 9.8, right? It may
Well,
not
didn't
be.
you? Well, didn't you tell me back in the day one of the guys from CGC started CBCS? So
Yeah.
there'd
Yeah.
be some
Yeah. One
sort
of
of
the
trust
partners,
there.
he broke away and started that, you know, CBC. And you know, not to belabor this, see, that's what happens when a company that was doing fairly good business for the most part, you know, is assimilated by a large company with, you know, you know, with other type of motives, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, your expectation is that, you know, when Beckett or whomever bought the company, that they would increase the um
The
the
wherewithal.
customer experience, the quality, the whole nine, to take it up to another level, not make the damn thing defunct.
Mm. Well, that's what kind of confused me
As
when
a
they
matter of
bought them. I'm
fact,
like, they're a grading company for cards. Like, why are they buying a comic book?
like as a matter of fact, man, there's a website was Kawabunga.
Okay.
They actually, you know, when the whole deal was going down and stuff like that, you know, they were talking about that, you know, CBCS wasn't going anywhere and a whole nine like that and stuff. Like, bro, it's on their website, right? You know, one of those little comic book, whatever pop culture websites called kawabunga.com.
Hmm.
And they specifically said, oh, yeah, man, the CBCS is not going anywhere. Whoop de whoop, man, you know, as of whatever of 2026, it is what it is.
Wow.
You know, interesting, you
Yeah,
know.
very much so.
Um,
Well, listen, if I had taps, I'd play some taps for CBCS. But
you'll
listen,
find it. You'll find it when you're editing this. You'll find it.
we salute
Dum
you.
dum da dum dum da dum 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 dum. You know what I'm saying?
We
It's
salute you,
like
man. Thanks for the memories. Thanks to that's a good memories. Like I said, that was one of my first grading experiences when I met up with you in early late 2017's time, and went to Baltimore, and I brought a lot of my books over to them because I already had them signed when I was a kid. So that's how I learned about CBCS. Darnell brought me to that, and then brought me over to CGC, and that was it. That was an experience. So wow, that's crazy. But thanks for the memories. I don't. I'm not even gonna get the PSA. Let's just stop the show. Stop. But guys, stay tuned next time.
oh, but the other thing is like, oh yeah, stay tuned for the next show. But the next thing is, what are all these people going to do? Right, all those graders that were at CBCS that moved from Florida to Texas, now they ain't got jobs. Now they're all running back to Florida trying to get their
Oh,
damn resume in the CGC, like yo, or PSA, like yo, I'm a professional grader, right?
bro, that is crazy. That's right.
You know what
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What do
What
you?
are you gonna do with all this shit? You know what I'm saying? You got like probably a warehouse full of encapsulation cases and stuff. You got the machines, the encapsulation, the heater machines or whatever you're using. I mean, bro, it's like you just got
Listen,
a
if this video can be seen by a billionaire out there, and that billionaire has good billionaire friends, you guys need to create another grading company. I don't care what you call it. You need to create some competition in the marketplace and hire those graders. You got to have competition. You can't
you
let
know,
this go the way it is.
buy up all that encapsulation stuff, buy it all, buy the whole damn turnkey type thing and stuff.
And just change the name, bro.
It is JJ. Or if I was a CGC, I would buy it, right? And I would
Oh,
say, okay. And seriously, I would get a
and create a
proxy.
whole, I create a whole of the brand.
I get a proxy, or what I would do, I would create two wings of CGC, right? One wing
Oh,
just for modern books, right? Anything
mm,
that was made 2001 up until now, right? We'll
mhm.
encapsulate it in these ones, in these encapsulations.
Okay.
Anything that has historical value, or up until the
1978.
Bronze Age, right? Up
Right.
until the Bronze Age, everything goes into the CGC stuff. Everything after the Bronze Age and stuff like that goes into Copper Age and on, right? Goes
Right.
into these encapsulations.
Mm,
So it'll be cheaper, right?
Now you have
And
two people, two different. It kind of dilutes the workflow, the traffic, the waiting
right,
for the books.
right. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, these encapsulations are for these books from here on, and these books that would have to considered to be like kind of like, you know, blue chip books or money books or
Mm,
whatever and stuff like that, or any book that's worth any book that we grade that's worth X amount of dollars will go into the CGC encapsulation. Any book that's kind of like worth this much and down goes into this encapsulation,
okay.
right? That type of thing, right? So if it's a 9.8, because even though CGC does not claim to be in the money making or money side of it, we're just a grading company. When I had that issue, right, what they charged me the wrong amount of money, for a book based on its value or whatever. Remember that?
Yes.
The people on the phone, like, they were looking the shit up on eBay, seeing like the track record of the value of the book and whatever, and they were throwing that shit back at me. I said, bro, the book ain't worth that much, right? And they were looking at, well, it's not, so they're actually using kind of pricing, you know what I'm saying, in their tier
Right.
level, right? So,
Right.
I mean, there's a way to make it work that they can, add another gimmick to their product or whatever.
More shenanigans.
But interesting, good talk, real good talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn good show, guys. And stay tuned. We're still working on some more AI things that we're going to present to you soon. I gotta just get with Darnell maybe one day this week or next week, kind of talk about the schematics of it, and then present that to you, because our series really is about AI going forward for the future. That's the way it's going. But thank you for listening as always. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing for those that need to share. And obviously, y'all don't want to win something, so I ain't even going to plug you guys getting free stuff because y'all don't care. That's it. That's all I got to say. Next.
Now, like, share. Hopefully, going here in the early parts of 2026, prior to pre-World War III here, we'll start. Yeah, we'll start getting a little bit more aggressive and stuff. I know that we talked about getting some guests on there, but it's all about finding the right people at the right time to get them on. But I think we got some people that hopefully here in the very near future that will get them on and have some deeper conversations about some other things of other people in the industry, just besides us two, just bantering along here.
You think you can get your pressing friend to come on and talk about pressing or no?
As a matter of fact, like you said, I spoke to him, but he said he does not do video interviews, or he doesn't do video chatting and stuff like that. But we can talk about his product and his experience as much as we want. But as far as getting him on here, well, there's another guy that we may be able to get on here, but I'll have to reach out.
Yeah, I'd love to just explain to our viewers why pressing is important. I'm sure they know, but just the inner workings of it and what goes into it. It's not easy. And I'm surprised most of the guys don't have carpal tunnel, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, so yeah, we'll do that. Guys, thank you so much again. We really appreciate you. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. D, anything to say?
No, thanks again, everyone. Talk to you guys soon.
Peace out.